Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well during the weekend. Got some names on the watch list today. Most of them are the softwares, and I'm looking for the pullback buy on this gap down day. So Semi is gapping down into the previous unfilled gap area, 510, and the weaker names are gapping down into the 150 EMA level, and the stronger ones are gapping down into the 50 EMA level. So to me today, yeah, it's definitely not gonna be a short, and Semi may or may not like find certain support or on the resistance support level. Don't know. Uh, I'm not sure about whether it will continue the weakness or it can build a higher lows of this first leg low, and then this will be the potential higher low if it found support today. I think it will be a pretty logical level to find support, or maybe it can also get a short bounce, like a short-term bounce into the declining EMAs or any resistance level, and then continue rolling over and test the 150 EMA or the previous swing low again. But still, to me today, I think will be a pretty good. Like it will not be a day for the shorts, but yeah, I'm going to look for the longs on the stronger sector, which is the software. I may I may consider buying the opening range breakouts today. That's probably all my trading today. As you can see, it's not an easy day, and I got stopped out a few times. Hopefully, I can I can stay with my current positions until the end of the day maybe. If you get stopped out of all your positions today, how much drawdown would that be? Well, probably around 2.5%. Put a textbook VCP breakout on this one. Long time no see such a textbook style breakout, even even without the shakeouts. Just so clean and have a really strong follow through. INFQ seems to have better RS. Yeah, but it is a little bit illiquid to me, and yeah, but it's probably the strongest one. I agree. What do you think about Bitcoin? The capital seems to go to Bitcoin related stocks, definitely. But I mean, do you want to buy it here? I'm wondering why you went after so many longs today when the market was weak. Breaking down further, or do you consider, given that it has been weak for 5 or so days, no, there's upside mean reversion? Um, to me, I consider the weakness that we are getting in the past few days were mainly driven by the semis or the AI related names. And at the same time, there are some other sectors, other themes that are doing quite well during the pullback we're getting recently. Mm, so the one major theme that I'm watching for is the software. They are hanging around the 9 EMA, and also the anchor feel up from this gap up pretty well. And there are also lots of other stuffs like maybe the biotechs, maybe the non-tech stocks like financial stocks, metal stocks, some rare earths, like because those stocks are a little bit relatively illiquid, and they're not like fast movers compared to the software names. So that's why I focus more on the softwares. And yeah, apart from that, I also talked about that in the um before the open, that is the semis is getting into the previous gap area, although now it is well below it. And at the same time, like a lot of the stocks, individual names are like the weaker names, like this Western Digital is coming into the 150 EMA. The stronger names like Marvell is sitting at the 50 EMA. So to me, I would consider today will like in the at least in the short term, we may uh find certain support, and like in a really short term time frame. And apart from that, like SPY and like IWM is like at the 21 EMA, also near the like SPY is much stronger, and to me, I as I'm like focusing on the non-semi sector, then I think those stocks are doing fine. That's why I treat this weakness as the potential entry opportunities. And yeah, and from my experience, or in my opinion, I really believe the best low risk entries comes from the weakness, that comes from the days that is going down rather than breaking out. Live today's breaking out, and so I'm so uh I think it depends on your entry. Like if you are entering at the breakouts, that would be a pretty wide stop today. But I mean, yeah, uh, it is breaking out. It is strong. So it is doing nothing wrong. But the where is your entry would really matter. Sura consolidation. Not a fan of that. Although it is like building higher lows and serving the 21s, but why bother this type of stocks when it's like mm, only like $5 million volume per day, really small market cap, and there are much better stocks that you can trade right now. Do you care that a firm have earnings in a couple of days? Yeah, a little bit. So it depends on how much a firm goes up before the earnings. So if I got like insufficient cushions, then maybe I would sell like half of it, or like yeah, significantly lower my sizing before the earnings. You can see the LLY, it could pull back by 9 daily and the 50 hourly. Yeah, and I think that the 60, like the 50 EMA on the hourly chart, like it's just the 9 EMA on the daily most of the time. The one thing that yeah, besides the 9 EMA on the daily, that will be the previous swing high, and I really like that. And also that there's the unfilled gap on the Wednesday, and we got a gap up, and we never fill this gap, and we found support on Friday, and this also is at the previous swing highs levels. So I consider this would be a pretty decent level to focus on. Why were you very short biased early July? I feel like the market conditions were fairly similar, with semi weakness and IGV showing some strength. I would say the main difference would be mm, mm, because I'm pretty like focused on the semi short And to me, like shorting after such a shorting after such a explosive runs and a pretty uh volatile reactions, like after volatile reactions on the at the top, that and we got the first breakdown. I think, in my opinion, that is a pretty high conviction play. And compared to now, like this is the second leg lower after like the the first bounce into the anchor fill up. But we are get the weekly chart is still looking fine, and we are at the 21 weekly. Mm, to me, it's not really that a good opportunity to short right here right now. To me, if I'm have to short, I would like wait for another bounce at least, or even a a push to the upside first, and then the failed breakouts or the failed handle, uh, like at the higher range of the base, that could would be a would be even a better short entry to me compared to shorting it right now. Can you explain your trade idea on RGTI? Yeah, RGTI, this one, um, my main focus is on the the bounce with the general market. And although like it is looking, yeah, I agree, it is looking more bearish than like the bullish, more bullish right now. Mm, yeah, but the main logic behind is the general market bounce. And it, I would say it's also like kind of like anticipate an inside day, or like a close above maybe the 21 EMA on the on the daily charts. And another reason would be like I like how uh I like the close of Friday, but on both the daily and the weekly charts. So I think all the quantum names got a pretty decent strength on Friday, and today we got a pullback into the low, like near the lows of the Friday low. And like RGTI is a little bit stronger than the RNQ and QBTS. So main thing I'm looking at is the Friday low and the market, the potential bounce from the market, from the indices, and also the general market as well. But I agree it's not a, yeah, it may not be a really good entry. Mm, I'm going to like evaluate maybe or in this weekend, or like after a few days. Right now, probably not the best time to look at it. An Oscar be along today. Although like personally, I'm not a big fan of buying this type of breakouts. But I think buying today would be fine. Like would be better. Like buying on a weekday, would be better. Like if the market can find certain support, then it will probably increase the win rate of buying the breakouts. But maybe to me, I would prefer buying on in the weakness, like on the Wednesday or Friday. But I consider like buying today will, yeah, I think it's still a good entry. Mm, like strong stock in a strong theme. So yeah, I consider that would be a pretty good buy. And yeah, hopefully the market can give can give it some follow through before before it hits your stops, or like trying to come back down to the rising 9 and then losing the low of day. That is a, yeah, I think I could, because it just happens so frequently. I kind of like MDB today's pullback into the 21, as well as the swing high here. Mm, like a strong names in a strong sector, and I consider this it will be like a orderly pullback into the 21 EMA. Mm, yeah, I think it is pretty solid. The pullback buy is pretty solid today. And Palantir as well. I think, yeah, Palantir is also like, although I don't quite like the weekly extension, that just makes me a little bit, I hesitate a little bit. But I mean, it is getting a really strong EP, and yeah, maybe it's just gonna fall, gonna ride the 9 EMA higher, and yeah, but I'm just a little bit concerned on the weekly extension. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. I mean, this GitLab is also looking pretty good, although it is like a little bit illiquid and at the weekly 150 EMA. Yeah, but again, like a strong stock in a strong sector. So yeah, but it's also a little bit extended from the weekly as well, and earnings coming soon. Yeah, I would really prefer it to pull back into the weekly 9. I would say the weekly 9 would be better. Yeah, I just prefer buying near the weekly EMAs, or at least maybe 21 on the daily, instead of the like a shorter term base, a shorter term flag, riding the 9, the daily 9 EMA. I'm still holding full positions. HPQ bought on 12th of August. It is quite difficult for me to set it right now because it's near major supports, but the sector weakness is concerning, and also we got the earnings coming soon. So yeah, and I mean the earnings is a relatively big concern to me, and probably I'm going to like hold yeah, hold it until the earnings day, and just see any like miracles happen. I mean, like, can we get a huge bounce off the lows today? Maybe like get enough cushions, maybe at least for like HPQ, for like 7 to 8% cushion before the earnings. That would be better. If it's like continues to stay below the declining 9, then probably I would I would just sell it before the earnings. If right now it's just um too close to the stop and not getting enough cushions to hold through the earnings. So I think this is the end for the stream today. Thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you in the next one.